All right. Open on my video, and I'll start in a minute. I'm just playing in here and my headphones. Ooh. Okay. Hello. Kayla, when you get here, just type in the chat. I'm recording this and I'm uploading it onto YouTube. So if you ever miss anything, I'll be uploading it onto YouTube so you can watch it. Because it's a really fun game. And it's nice having someone. Okay. And I called just to tell you. Oh, good, you're here. Perfect. All right. Then we can start. Oh, you probably didn't hear because I said it before you got here. But I am uploading it to YouTube once we're done. So if you ever miss anything and I'm at this moment, I am. Okay, it's alright. I'm at this moment uploading one. Yes, so the stream that I did last, I'm uploading it onto YouTube right now. Should be uploaded by the time that I finish this one. Almost, if you want. So I'm having an error thing. Can you hear me? There you go. Yeah, I'm Dragon 47 on YouTube. Oh, good, you can hear me, so that's good. Okay, now to make sure that you hear the game.
It's real helpful, especially if you're new to the mystery solving business. And be sure to check out my scrapbook. I put memorabilia from all my past cases in there. A lot of them were pretty dangerous. It's really scary. Don't say anything about that, okay? He worries about enough as it is. And whatever you do, read case file. That'll tell you all about the mystery I'm about to try to solve. If you're ready to dive into that mystery, click on the plane ticket on your.
Okay, so I'm re-downloading Fetch on my phone so that I can see your comments while I'm playing the game. I don't know why I downloaded started playing, but we live and learn. Oh, perfect, you can hear the game. Okay, let's get started. No, I one. There we go. There we go. Okay. then, okay, so see. Alright, now I can see you on my phone. So just type anything you need. I haven't seen anything that you type, so huh. Okay. Alright. Like this. You know what I think it is? I think it's that I was downloading the video while I was not. I don't think it's the greatest idea. So I'm going to stop downloading it and just download it once the stream is over. Maybe that'll help. Let's see if that helps at all. Can you hear me better now? Okay. All right. Okay, good. You can hear me better. Great. All right. So I'll go back to the game. All right, can you still? All right, I'll take it as a yes. And just.
Nancy, splendid. I just thought of something you can do for me. There's an old-fashioned printing press downstairs. Have you seen it? I haven't taken a good look around yet. Just go down the stairs and look for the monstrosity with the big wheel and levers. You can't miss it. Same with the castle. My great-uncle's brother was some sort of mad inventor. All sorts of gizmos and gadgets and machinery lying around. Anyway, when I saw the printer, I told Matt, why not save some money and print the programs for the wedding right here? Problem is, Matt failed to get them done before he into the prankster, and since I have mechanical aptitude of a bacterium, would you mind finishing the job for me? You'd only have to print 3 more sheets, and the ink, the paper, everything you need is right there. No problem. Thank you, Nancy. You're the best.
Okay. Now we're going to the checklist. Let's see. There we go.
Can't check that off yet. All done. I haven't done that. Still have to do that.
All right. So, you take the black ink, you put it on there. Paper, spin it around. Here. That. And I'm pretty sure that's how you do it. Yep.
Best man, Alan Payne.
Oh, good. It must have just been me downloading it onto YouTube at the same time that was doing it. And I have dinner at 5:30, so the most I can play is 2 hours. Alright, good, that's done. Let's go talk to Kit.
Hi, you must be Nancy Drew. I'm Kit Matt's best friend. Ignore the eye if you can. Walked into a door the other day. Looks worse than it feels. I'm a bit surprised you're still here, given the circumstances.
I was going to say the same about
Oh, I
you.
forgot we were choosing.
I'm not about to leave Kyler here by
I'll let you make
herself.
the next one.
Until she comes to her senses, I'm staying put.
What do you mean comes to her senses?
Matt isn't playing a practical joke, and he hasn't been kidnapped by fairies. He got cold feet and left. It's as simple as that.
Alright, 1 or 2? One, alrighty.
Have you told Kyler?
No, I haven't got the heart. Guts. Take your pick. I mean, he loves Kyler, but she can be a handful. And he's no pushover either. Their relationship is so tempestuous, it scares him. She thinks once he makes a real commitment, everything will be fine. But he's not so sure. So he bailed.
Alright, again, 1 or 2? And you can make the choice before they finish talking. Like, you should be able to see the different options before they finish talking. You can make the choice. That way it just goes a little bit faster. But either way, it's fine. Alright.
I don't think the possibility that he walked out on her has even occurred to her.
She's in a raging state of denial, and I, for one, don't see any harm in allowing her to stay that way. I seriously doubt he walked out on her for good. It's just that for Matt, marriage is way too much, way too soon.
Alright, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options. 6 is leave. One again, okay. Well, obviously.
If you and Matt are best friends, how come he didn't make you his best man?
Matt felt like it would be a good move for him politically if he asked this guy he knows from work, Alan Payne, to be his best man, and I said, fine, don't worry about it. No big deal.
Okay, there's 4 speech options, which are the ones that I'm showing right now, and 5 is leave.
How come you sound so American?
Because I am American. My father's VP of International Sales for Krollmeister Incorporated. The company transferred him to London 15 years ago. I've pretty much lived there ever since. I just can't seem to pick up the accent.
Alright. 1 through 4. 4 is leave.
It looks like you're drawing something. Are you an artist?
Me? Not hardly. I'm with a real estate development company. These are just preliminary sketches for a couple of projects we're working on. In other words, I'm doing homework.
All right, 1 or 2.
Residential real estate or commercial?
Mostly residential. And let me tell you, we'd have a field day with attractive land like the one this castle sits on. Ocean view, easy commute to Donegal, bedrock formation, readily accessible groundwater. That bog's a bit problematic, but a little sand, a little gravel, a little ping, voila! A cluster of 6, maybe 8 luxury homes amid a park-like setting that would sell like lightning.
All right, 3. I would like to know from you whether it's better for just me to choose, like having the choice of which option we choose. Oh, you want me to choose? Okay. All right. So the way I choose is usually the top one because it usually gives the most voice acting in it. Which because then you get the most information, which helps you discover what's your next step. And that's just me, though. Some people play differently.
When or how did you realize that Matt disappeared?
Kyler and I went for a walk, came back, and the next thing I knew, Kyler was saying Matt was no.
Where did you last see him?
In the nursery. He always seemed to be in the nursery fiddling with it. Whenever I'd tease him about it, he'd always give me this impish little grin like he was up to something. When I checked, saw that Matt's suitcase and backpack were gone, it finally dawned on me that he had left and he wasn't coming back. Of course, by that time, Kyler had convinced herself that he was simply playing one of his practical jokes, and I couldn't bring myself to burst her bubble, so I didn't.
Have you ever been up in the tower?
You saw the stairs, or what? There's no way to get up there.
I could have sworn I saw lights coming from it.
Perhaps it was a good come a call their good friend. Or maybe it was just reflected moonlight or something. So if you're thinking, man, forget it. Ain't no way.
Time for me to scoot.
See ya.
All right. Okay. See. Oh, yeah, I need to talk to Kyrie again because finished the printing.
Did you finish the programs?
Yep. I noticed that the best man is someone named Alan Payne. When will he be showing up?
Actually, he arrived the same day Matt and I did. But when Matt vanished, Alan was certain that Matt was playing a joke and refused to be the butt of it. So he went back to London, saying he'll reappear only when Matt does and not a moment before. You know, perhaps you should give Alan a call. 0044-020-7946 0481.
That's
He
a
may
really
have
long
seen
phone
something
number.
while he was here that could help you find Matt. Have you a phone?
Not one that works.
You'll have to use the phone down the road at the inn. My cell phone gets absolutely no reception here.
Someone ran out in front of my car on my way here and caused me to drive into a ditch.
Are you all right?
My car and my cell phone, not so good. And I'm pretty sure whomever I saw dropped this. Looks like some kind of homemade...
The clothes. It looks like... And that's his ring. What did the person who dropped this look like?
I didn't really get a good look. It was dark and I was distracted and it moved so fast. Frankly, I'm not even sure if what I saw was a person.
Donal, the caretaker. When we realized Matt was gone, straight away Donal claimed Matt had been kidnapped by fairies. Which is of course utterly ridiculous. It was probably Matt himself you saw, tricked out in some costume and leaving that doll behind just to confound us. Well, I do hope he's enjoying himself because as soon as we're married, that will be that. No more practical jokes. Ever.
Where does Mr. Delaney live?
All I know is he comes at dawn and leaves at sunset. I can't fathom what he does all day, but he always seems to be puttering away at something. When he's not working, he spends most of his time down the road at the Screaming Banshee Inn.
Who pays him?
My grandfather's estate. Apparently, Grandpapa considered Donal to be as much a part of Castle Malloy as those mouldy old tapestries you see everywhere. I should let him go. All he ever talks about are banshees and fairies and leprechauns, and he can be quite obstinate, as you saw at the door. But if Grandpapa saw fit to put up with him all those years, I suppose I can too.
When you said you sometimes hear Matt, where are you when that happens? In here?
In here, in the nursery, sometimes outside. His voice is always very muffled and very, very faint, so I can never tell where it's coming from or what he's saying. But it's Matt, I'm sure of it.
Now make sure you continue talking, because I want to be able to talk to you. But also, for you to listen to the game. So, sorry we haven't gotten to any, long puzzles yet.
And you've looked all over for him?
When it became apparent he was missing, we searched everywhere, for hours. We were afraid he'd gone wading and drowned or something, or wandered into the bog, or gotten lost out on the moor. But we found no footprints, no clothes lying around, nothing. So when I heard his voice, it dawned on me he was playing one of his outlandish pranks. I was furious with him, but truth be told, it was also a bit of a relief.
If Matt was staying in the nursery, where's his luggage?
Right there by his cot.
It's not there now.
But it was there, just last night. I remember seeing it when I peeked.
No, I know you can hear me. It's just I want to be able to talk to you, so you should talk some more. Oh, yeah. I'm kind of bored of staying over here, too.
In to see if he'd finally decided to reappear. At least, I think
That's why
I
I'm
saw it
going
last
home
night.
next weekend.
If it's not there now, perhaps Donal moved it, took it to storage or something. Because I know I saw it after Matt went missing. So it's around here somewhere, just like he's around here somewhere. I'm sure of it.
What are you doing in here, if you don't mind asking?
Reading. About myself, in a way. You see, until my grandpapa died and left me this... Not only did I have no idea that this castle existed, but I had no idea my real name was not Matt, but Malloy. Apparently, Grandpapa changed his name 50 years ago, so no one would find out he was Irish.
Why didn't he want people to find out he was Irish?
I think it had something to do with Brendan, the man who owned this place and was living here when it exploded during World War II. He was rumored to have been a double agent, supposedly doing top-secret research for the Allies, but in truth passing his findings on to the Axis. Not exactly a brother you want people to know about.
If the rumors were true.
Anyway, ever since I found out I'm a Malloy, I can't stop reading about Ireland. So many different people have populated this country at one time or another. The Celts, the Druids, the Gaels. It's all quite fascinating.
All these books were Brendan's?
I can't be certain, but I assume so. He was quite the inventor, I do know that. Everything that remains in this place seems as if it's been tinkered with. Even his daughter's dollhouse, of all things.
Why should you play solitaire? Nancy Drew and my conversations aren't interesting enough.
Did you know when you decided to hold your wedding here that half the place is pretty much rubble?
Oh, yes. Mind you, I didn't even know that Castle Malloy existed until Grandpapa died and I was notified that I'd inherited it. At which point the executor of his estate sent me pictures and assured me that despite its appearance, it was in fact habitable.
I'd better get to work.
Keep me posted.
So, I have basically just been going through the paces with college. I got plane tickets. I don't know if I told you about that, but I got plane tickets, so that's gonna be fun. Going to Maine for Christmas. You have shown me a picture of your new kitten, and you showed her to me when we did the video call a few days ago. She is so cute.
What's going on?
I'd better get going. See ya.
Keep it real.
Okay, let's see. Have I gone inside places? Oh, I hear that too. You were saying that she scratched you all up? I can't remember. Did I tell you that I got plane tickets to go visit my grandmother during Christmas? This is Kit, by the way. As in this guy.
What's going on?
I'd better get going. See ya.
Out of trouble.
Okay. Oh. Well, I meant before just now. But yeah, I'm really excited. I even made a countdown. Not even on my computer, but with solitaire cards. No, not solitaire. They're called Skippo cards. I use them mostly for hand and foot the game, but I use them a lot for countdowns. So 37 days and counting. Yes. The sheep. What about you? You have any plans for Christmas?
What's on your mind, then?
The name of this place. Just what exactly is a banshee?
A woman, one of the good people, as alive as you and me, with wild hair almost as long as the tattered grey robe billowing up around her whenever she appears. Sometimes she takes on the form of a hooded crow, but it's the sound she makes, her terrible wailing, that strikes fear in the human heart. Because when a mortal hears the wail of a banshee, it means someone is about to die.
No, I haven't heard of the movie Unfriended. Or I haven't seen it. I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it before. Oh, that's sad. Are you and your grandmother at least gonna have some, like, ham? Maybe, I don't know, a celebration of sorts? A cake or something? Ooh, cinnamon rolls are the best thing to have on Christmas. Especially when you have some good, like, homemade frosting to put on top of them. Mwah. Perfection.
I saw someone with long hair and a gray robe outside the castle tonight.
Did you know?
It ran across the road in front of me. That's why my car's in the ditch.
Not till I was 54 did I see a banshee. To see one at your age, on your very first night in Ireland. A special lass you are indeed.
I don't know if there's such a thing as funny and horror together. Doesn't make any sense. But you do you. If that's how you want to spend your Christmas, go about it.
There's no other explanation for what I saw?
There might be 24 explanations for what you saw, but none, save one, is the truth.
Sometimes I hear this strange kind of wailing sound when I'm in the castle. Have you ever heard it?
These ears don't work so well now. Even the pattering of rain is beginning to slip by 'em. But the situation being what it is, by my reckon, a banshee, you heard.
You mean someone in the castle is going to die?
Aye.
Someone as in Matt?
How they know what they know, and why they do what they do, are mysteries far beyond mortal solution. But be assured, lass, someone at Castle Malloy is doomed.
Guess I'll go now.
Be careful out there, lass.
Someone at Castle Malloy is doomed. I don't know why, I just really love doomed. The way he says doomed. It's very good. But also, you know me, scary movies, really not my thing. That's probably why I haven't heard of that movie.
Another round completed. Another round completed. You do fine work, miss.
Hello?
Yes, hi. My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from Castle Malloy. I'm Kyler Mallory's maid of honor.
Yes, I remember that name. Has Matthew finally put an end to that ridiculous prank of his?
No, I'm afraid he's still at it. But if you have a second, could I ask you some questions?
It should be a minute or two before my ride gets here. What's on your mind?
Do you have any idea where Matt may be hiding?
None. And if what you're really asking is, am I in on his little joke? The answer to that is absolutely, unequivocally, no. I detest practical jokes.
Did you help look for Matt after he disappeared?
I did not. As soon as Kyler said it would be just like Matt to disappear as a prank, I refused to join in any search for him. And when he didn't show up the next morning, I left. I did not travel all the way to Ireland to be made a fool of. Besides, I'd had quite enough of the three of them and rather liked having an excuse to leave.
You didn't get along with them?
I was fine. They're the ones who couldn't seem to get along. For instance, the evening before Matt disappeared, he and Kit had a terrible row. I couldn't make out exactly what was being said, but they both sounded very angry. Furious, I dare say. In fact, the next time I saw Kit, he was sporting a black eye. And the next morning, Matt and Kyler had a go at each other. Nothing physical, mind you, and once again, I couldn't make out what was said, but I promise you, they were quite put out with each other. I was more than happy to bid the lot of them farewell, though I imagine I'll be returning to the castle before too long. Matt is bound to find his prank as tedious as everyone else does eventually. I must be off. Nancy, it was a pleasure venting to you. Hopefully before too long we shall meet in person. Cheers.
I don't think that's that great that you're watching a Netflix show instead of playing the game with me. You won't know what's going on, and then when the big thing happens, you'll be like, hey, what's going on? And I'll be like, if you paid attention, you know. Just saying.
Hello? Is this a sales call?
No, Bess, it's me, Nancy. I'm calling from a phone in Ireland.
Nancy, hi! George, get over here. It's Nancy. Hi, Nan. You'd better be having a great time there because you are missing an incredible time here. The Dunhills throw the best parties. You should see all the awesome pool toys they've got. And everywhere you look, some cute guy in swim trunks is standing over a barbecue grilling something. I'm in heaven.
Sounds fabulous. Be sure to wish Kathy and Carrie a happy birthday for me.
You know, one person I haven't seen is Ned. Yeah, me neither.
He said he was coming. I'm sure he'll be there.
So, what's going on with you?
Just as I got to the castle, something that may or may not have been a banshee ran across the road in front of me and made me drive into a ditch.
You saw a banshee? That's bad luck, isn't it? Not if you see a banshee. If you hear one, it means someone's going to die. Wait a minute. Why was it running? Can't banshees fly?
Bess, what I saw just looked like a banshee. I'm sure it really wasn't a banshee, although it did just kind of vanish. And when I talked to Kyler, I found out that her husband-to-be has vanished.
What do you mean, vanished?
Matt came to Ireland with Kyler and his best friend Kit, but now he's nowhere to be found. Kyler is convinced he's pulling a prank.
A prank?
Apparently, he's a pretty big practical joker.
More like a pretty big moron. Incoming. Check it out. Oh my gosh.
Guys? Hello? Bess? George? Anyone?
Sorry, we were hopelessly distracted by a truly amazing set of washboard abs.
What would you two say if I said I needed a hint?
We would say, why ask us when you've got your very own fortune teller right there in the great room? Right, George? There's an old Irish saying, when it looks like you might fail, go see Madame Ishabelle.
That's not an old Irish saying.
I know, but you get the picture.
That's it from here. You guys are wearing sunscreen, right?
Yes, Nancy.
Just checking. Bye.
Okay, let's see.
You have a lead?
When I called Alan Payne, he said that on the day Matt disappeared, you and Matt had a pretty big argument.
I dare say Matt and I have argued about one thing or another every day since we met. That's just how we are together.
Can you remember what you were arguing about?
I haven't the foggiest idea. Apparently, you should ask Mr. Big Ears Payne.
I'll let you get back to your reading.
Keep me posted.
What do you think they were fighting about?
How's it going?
Alan Payne told me he overheard you and Matt arguing the day before Matt disappeared, and pretty much right before you walked into that door.
What were you doing talking to Alan Payne?
I thought he might know something that could help us find Matt.
I told you, Matt bailed. He doesn't want to be found. Look, like I said, Alan Payne doesn't really know Matt or me that well, okay? The fact is, he misunderstood what he heard. Matt and I have been friends for more than 12 years. We were just fooling around.
Fooling around? You ended up with a black eye.
I told you that was an accident. I'm clumsy.
What were you two talking about?
I forget. That's how inconsequential it was. Hey, I just remembered. Kyla wants me to do the seating chart for the wedding dinner. Like I said, I can't bring myself to tell her there's not going to be a wedding. Anyway, I need to get to work on it, so you're gonna have to excuse me. Of course, you could always give it a shot. You just have to figure out where each guest should sit by taking into account their needs and preferences. What do you say?
Sure, I can do that.
Excellent. Just fill it out and bring it back to me when you think you've got everyone sitting in the right place. 'Cause unless and until it gets done, afraid I'm gonna be pretty much incommunicado.
And if you think of maybe. Okay. And if you have any I actually think this person would sit here according to the rules, just tell me, because I am okay at these puzzles, but not the best. And I think you're really close, by the way. So if you could help me with this puzzle, if you have I think this person goes here, then that. And I was also saying that I think you've you're onto something, you're really close to what's actually going on. Really good. Really close. Yeah, I know. It's all of them. Okay. So Kit is there. And Taylor's here. But then, how can Henry be there when it's supposed to be... Let's see, so there is red guests are on the short sides of the table, so Henry has to be here. Then where does Kit... What was it? Kit is between Alan and one of the ladies. So if Alan is here... Huh. Let's see, Henry has to be... Okay. Okay. Oh. Aw. There we go. Alright, there we go. I think this is how it goes. Okay. There we go. Alright, I've got about 20 minutes left and I have to go to dinner.
How's the seating chart coming?
Could you take a look at it?
You bet. There's something funky about the left side. Try again. How's the seating chart coming?
Could you take a look at it?
You bet. This looks great. Wow, you did it. I'm impressed.
So now we can talk.
Yeah, now we can talk. Oh, hey, actually, you might want to take a look at this first. I found it on the floor in Matt's room when I was looking for him.
What is it?
Frankly, it didn't make a lot of sense to me, but maybe it will to you. Take it. If anybody can figure out what Matt was doing with it, you can, I'm sure. Good luck. What's going on?
If you weren't going to be the best man, how come you came out here so early?
I volunteered to help get everything set up, and Matt and Kyler took me up on it. I'm pretty good friends with Kyler, too. In fact, I'm the one who introduced her to Matt.
How long ago was that?
A little less than a year ago. They both claimed it was love at first sight, and it seemed like it really was, right up until a couple of days ago. You sure do ask a lot of questions. Wait a minute. Nancy Drew. Kyler told me about you. You're the girl who likes to play detective.
Well, it's just, kind of a hobby. Although Kyler did say it'd be nice if I could find Matt.
Well, you're not going to have any luck doing that. Old Matt is long gone.
Kyler says sometimes she hears Matt's voice, only it's very faint and muffled. Do you ever hear him?
No, Man, Kyler must be losing it or something, because I'm telling you, Matt is not here.
The caretaker seems to think you're the one who should be getting married here, not Matt.
Yeah, well, in case you haven't noticed, that guy's got several screws loose. I just happened to mention that 3 out of my 4 grandparents were born in Ireland, and now whenever he sees me, he gets this weird look in his eye.
But you don't think he had anything to do with Matt's disappearance?
No. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. He and Matt did not get along. They were always at each other's throats, arguing about the stupidest things. Even those leprechaun gnome things out in the garden. Donal had a fit one day when he saw Matt messing with them. And when Matt announced he was going to stay in the haunted nursery, I thought the guy was going to burst a blood vessel, he turned so red. But Matt disappeared on his own, not because of anything Donal did. I mean, the old coot's not that crazy. Is he?
From the looks of that picture I found over there, it looks like you and Kyler used to be a lot more than friends.
Yeah, we dated for a while, until it finally became obvious that we were better as a couple of friends than as a couple. No biggie.
That discussion you had with Matt? Come on, really. What was it about?
It was about Kyler. I was asking Matt whether he had truly thought through what being married to her was going to be like. The more questions I asked, the more nerves I struck, and the more uncomfortable and angry he became, until finally...
He gave you that shiner.
He stomped upstairs to the nursery. Next day, he disappeared. Obviously, the things I said got to him. So if I seem a little guilty to you, it's because I am guilty. It's my fault that Matt walked out on Kyler. Simple as that.
I'll see you later, okay?
See ya.
Oh, and just so you know, while you were gone, you find out that Kit, this guy here, and Kyler, the lady upstairs, had a thing. But he was the one who introduced Matt to Kyler. But Matt and Kyler are best friends. Not in Nancy Drew games, it's not. What do you mean by wow? Oh, okay. Front, okay, and then down is back, left is to the left. Up and down is front. Side to side is right. is back. Aha! Et voila. Oh, this was the gnome puzzle. So I had the book here, and they had a symbol on their chest, which was this. And depending on which letter is what position they were in, so F for front, R for right, B for back, and L for left. And so I just moved the gnomes for which way it was telling me. And then I got those little buttons that go into the nursery. And a plushie for also the nursery. There we go. Orange. Okay, then we go red, orange, yellow, green, blue, dark blue. Aha! And see, I just did it based on the rainbow up here. See, because red, orange, yellow, green, light blue, blue, purple. And you're gonna want to watch this because it's spooky. Ooh, poor birdie.
You're right. There has to be a logical explanation for what we just saw. So I'm going to calm down, relax, and trust that you will discover what that thing was. You are going to figure it out, aren't you, Nancy?
I promise.
Okay.
All done.
Okay, so this next puzzle is kind of tricky. So, let's see if I can do that. The only puzzle that I consider to be impossible without a walkthrough is the one at the end. Any of the other ones, and it's like, as long as you stick to it, you can at least try. Let's see, so there's 3, so it's forward 1. And then 1, so I'm going right 1. And there's 4, so I'm going forward 2. 2. And then there's 2, so right 2, 1, 2. And there's 4 up. Nope. So 4 up, so forward 2. 1, 2. There's 4, so left 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then there's 2, so 1, 2. see, so left 1, 2. And then there's 3, so 1, 2, 3. And then there's 2, so 1, 2. And then there's 3. So 1. And then there's 1. So 1. And then there's 4. So 1, 2. And there's 1. So 1. And then there's 4. So 1, 2. And then there's 2. So 1, 2. And then there's 4. So 1, 2. And then there's 1. So 1. Then there's 3, so 1. And we're here! I was just running through the bog, and I had the little cheat code here, so I was able to just use it to identify the different rocks and what they mean. But here's the bog hut.
Ew!
Fancy, kind of royal. Kind of royal. Wormwood, thyme, and catnip. What? I thought that was the gear. Ugh. Wow. That's great. Okay. Well. Let's see. Go forward and back. There we go. And yes, you saw that right. That was a jetpack. And luckily with Nancy Drew, most of the time, you only have to do the puzzle once. Which is nice. Okay, the pig to the right of the chandelier. Oh, I hate this one. Okay, let's see. you'll see. You'll see why a jetpack. Me too. Me too. I want one too. Alright, once I'm done this puzzle, I'll have to turn it off because I need to go get dinner. And while I'm out getting dinner, I'll upload the first episode onto... I'll upload my first one onto YouTube. Come on. Okay, I know this goes here. Oh, and then the cat is... okay. So maybe the cat actually goes up there. Okay, maybe it's... like... that? Yes! Okay. Well, now I'm gonna save. And I will have to leave it there. I don't know about the Matt doll. It doesn't come in till later. It just, it's part of one of the, like, last ones. You'll see. Don't worry, you'll see. It all comes together. This is a really good game. So you'll see everything. There are no missing links. So it'll tie in. Just not quite yet. Alright, well, bye-bye. You can text me still if you want, but I need to go and get some dinner.